Mark Bishop Show. Truly like a box of chocolates. You never know who you're going to meet. From business, lifestyle, and fun. Here's Mark.
And welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Mark Bishop Show. How large is unmet demand for summer learning programs nationally and in each of the 50 states? How do working parents manage the summer months for their children? Are parents pleased with the summer programs and their children attend, that they do attend? A lot don't. Do they, support more public investments in these programs? So the answer really to these questions can be found in the results of a new study from the Afterschool Alliance. And it's titled The Summer Struggle. It's based on interviews with more than 30,000 U.S. parents of school-age children. It's being released as schools close for the summer and as Congress is beginning work on the fiscal year 2027 budget, which, presents an opportunity, really, to increase federal funding. Why not? For after-school and summer learning programs. These are critical for our kids. The future of this funding is uncertain, though even, millions of children are without the summer programs their parents want for them. What is going on? Jodi Grant is the Executive Director, Afterschool Alliance, and Gigi Antoni, Vice President of Youth Development of the Wallace Foundation, which supports summer programs. Welcome to you both.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, well, what is going on? I mean, what did the new Afterschool Alliance study find?
So, thank you for all of that information. And I think what we found in the study, and it's in its name, is that for far too many of our parents, finding summer programs is a real struggle. And only 50% of the parents who want a program for their child are able to access one. And the biggest barrier is cost. For our low-income families, for middle-income families, costs have been rising. And what they're finding is it's harder and harder to find affordable programs. And what, is deeply upsetting, because we know that these programs can make a world of difference to kids and families, is that for higher income families, almost half their kids are in these programs. They can afford to pay for them, and they are, because of the difference they make. But for our low-income families, there's only 13% of kids are in a program over the summer.
13% only, huh? So, families in every state, they're not able to access the summer programs by the sounds of things that they do need for their children. The After-School Alliance, you've been going a while. What's your biggest battle you're finding?
Yeah, so I think you started off with the perfect thing that people can do, which is that this is a problem in every single state, urban, suburban, rural areas, but we need our policymakers to do more. So Congress is debating funding for next year. There's bipartisan support for after-school and summer learnings in Congress because our legislators understand the difference these programs make in their community, but they need to hear from their constituents. So we need people to reach out to members of Congress, to your state legislators, because we need more state dollars, to your local leaders, whether they're elected officials like your mayor or city council, school board, but also chambers of commerce, libraries, museums, schools, and partners like Parks and Rec, YMCA's, faith-based organizations to come together so that we can meet these needs. And the good news is that parents love these programs. 96% of parents are satisfied with their programs. So we know it works. We just need to make it available to more of our people.
96%. Wow. Offer them, the parents, in a lot of cases, have two jobs, sometimes more. There's timing involved. But what I see, to be honest with you, the biggest important thing is these kids get a chance to get level footing, get a little stable when they're young, instead of walking around shopping malls and mixing with the wrong people. That can't be underestimated, can it?
Yeah, kids in summer programs do better on almost every measure. So it supports their ability to be ready for school the following year, gives them a leg up. It helps them be in healthy situations where they're learning. I mean, as you say, they're going to be learning somewhere, and being in the structured program with caring adults, in relationship with each other, it helps, in so many ways. And, kids are safer in the summer when they are in a summer program. As you say, they're much more likely to be spending their time productively and learning in ways that keep them safe.
Right.
Juvenile crime goes up in the summer, and so do crimes against young people. So safety is an issue.
Right. That's you, Jodi, right?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
That's Gigi.
Gigi.
Gigi
No.
and the Wallace Foundation and
Right.
all of the tremendous research.
Yeah, I was going to mention
show
that. Gigi, the Wallace Foundation team responsible for its work on summer learning and after-school system building does a marvelous job. And even before then, you were president of and CEO of Big Thought. That was a nonprofit that serves 130,000 odd in Dallas's marginalized young people and school community. What can you take from that in your experience, do you think, with Jodi? And what can you present to the government instead of promises and talks and they don't think it's serious? What can you do to twist their head around?
Well, there's definitely wonderful examples of communities that have found ways to leverage public, local, state, and government funding, and private sector, and business, and faith-based organizations, all of the assets in their community. That's how you serve 130,000 kids in a community, is by building those kinds of partnerships and thinking about the solutions that are cross-sector place. But public investment, federal, state, and local, is the only way, really, to be able to sustain that work. There's not enough private sector money in the world for philanthropy to be able to fill that gap.
Yeah, I don't know about that. In the private sector, there's billions of dollars that people have got that they could do, and corporations as well. But then again, everything's piled onto the government, I understand, but there's also wastage there that could be used. I mean, would you say the country is making progress or going backwards on creating more summer programs?
So I think the exciting news is we are making progress on the quality of these programs. So, there's more and more innovation where kids are doing exactly what parents want. They're outside, they're interacting, they're having fun, they're learning new skills. But they're also enhancing their academics because it's all embedded in their work.
Yeah.
But I think we're also sliding backwards because what we're seeing is it's not just low-income families, it's middle-income families too that are really struggling. And, it's interesting when you talk about the business community, because the business community benefits from summer learning programs because working parents are far more productive when they know their kids are safe and inspired, than when they're worried about if they're at the mall or on a screen or, something else that is
nefarious, yes. Oh, dear, less to worry about. But psychologically, it's excellent for parents at work. You're right about that. So why does the Wallace Foundation support summer learning then? Then the obvious. What else?
Yeah, I mean, I think, it's because we know that it is a really great investment. It really works to move the needle on stronger kids, stronger communities, stronger families, the kinds of outcomes that all of us across America, understand are important for our young people, our families, and our communities. It's effective. It works. And that's the reason that Wallace, wants to we've been investing in understanding what it takes to move the needle for kids for decades. And summer learning is very effective. It's a great investment.
Well, thank you to the Wallace Foundation team. They do a great job. Your hands are full, Gigi, aren't they? And Jodi Grant, well, she spent 2 decades making after-school and summer learning a national priority. As executive director of the Afterschool Alliance, she has secured billions in federal and state investments, and God, that's not easy. She's built a network of nearly 30,000 partners and positioned after-school and summer learning programs as essential supports for children, families, and communities. You deserve a medal, my dear. It's not easy fundraising, is it?
Well, no, I say it's worth all the effort when you have a chance to see these programs in action and see how they're changing lives, and not just for the kids but for the families.
All right. Now, one last thing, because we've got to go, but the website, this is a great place to go in reference for new parents or old parents. If you want to read up on stuff, you should do afterschoolalliance.org. It's not a .com, .org, all right? After School Alliance. So I guess it's www.afterschoolalliance.org. And have a good read. Contact them, have a talk to them, see what you can do as well. Thank you, young girls. Lovely to have spoken with you.
Oh, you as well.
Thank you.
Have a good year.
Nice.
Bye-bye now.
Join us again for another episode of The Mark Bishop Show. It's a production of Mark Bishop Media.